The Latrobe City Council has supported a motion calling on the Planning Minister to review changes to a controversial buffer zone around the Australian paper mill. One councillor claims Richard Wynne signed off on the changes, disregarding years of community consultation. Alexandria Zatsamarkis reports.
Australian Paper's Maryvale Mill has a distinctive smell, but when it comes to the site's odour buffer zone, things aren't as distinguishable.
I guess we thought that there was an agreement, there was a level of understanding between all of the parties involved. That isn't the case.
After years of consulting with the community, an agreed odour buffer zone was eventually established, but the council claims that's changed to now include wedges of residential areas to the north, east and west of the mill, a decision it says was signed off by Planning Minister Richard Wynne.
That will actually have impact on those areas in terms of potential future development and land usage.
Bob Lorenz lives on Freeman's Road. One of his properties falls within the buffer zone.
Prices are going to be effective because there is no potential for development and the parcels of land won't be so attractive.
The 72-year-old was part of a working group which had a significant say into the initial proposals. It included meeting with Australian Paper.
They wanted to get as big a buffer zone as they could. Let's be realistic. The less residents in an area, the less complaints that'll go to the mill.
The community and Latrobe City Council are now searching for answers, but it seems they won't get any from Australian Paper anytime soon. The company says it won't be commenting on the matter at this point in time. A spokesperson for the Planning Minister says the government is still assessing the amendment, which it says was lodged by Australian Paper. Alexandria Zatsamarkis, 9 News.
Residential areas in Traralgon West, Tyers and Morwell's North have been included in an odour buffer zone around Australian Paper's Maryvale Mill. It comes despite previous submissions the areas should be excluded.
Locals say Australian Paper's pungent perfume has never permeated their properties.
The odour complaint history shows that none of these areas, the Morwell North, Tyers or Traralgon West, had any incidences of complaints at all.
Enduring a long fight to be excluded from the odour buffer zone around Maryvale Mill, reserved for industrial development.
We felt that that would impact the value of our property, and as a result of that, we felt that we had to object.
Years of negotiations seemingly coming up roses.
The agreements were reached between Council, Australian Paper and those impacted residents and community members. So for us, I guess we thought that there was an agreement.
Until catching wind, the boundary lines had been changed.
Some areas that we had excluded from that buffer have now been included.
APM has refused to comment and when questioned declined to reveal whether it had made further submissions to the Department of Planning on the buffer zone. Planning Minister Richard Wynne's office confirmed the amendments been lodged and under department assessment. Affected residents turning up their noses.
We've spent a lot of time meeting with the EPA and with consultants doing modelling and with the council, and we really all thought that we'd come up with a solution that everybody was happy with, and it's really very disappointing.
The AP amendment's been referred to Latrobe City Council for comment, which voted to pursue an appeal last night. Sam Darroch, Win News.